Imbolc is coming up in the Northern Hemisphere and Lughnasadh in the Southern Hemisphere. And you're probably scrolling through social media, maybe you're getting out some old books to figure out what it is you're going to be doing this Imbolc or Lughnasadh. Maybe you've seen some videos on what the covens are doing, and you've seen these elaborate altars and decorations that gathering things from here and there. Maybe people are crafting altar cloths and doing all sorts of amazing things with crafts at this time of the year for the Sabbath. And you're sitting there thinking, oh, I don't think I could do any of that. Maybe it's because you don't have a very big altar. Maybe you're not particularly crafty, or maybe you just like to keep things simple. That's okay, because today I'm going to show you 3 simple practices that you can do for Imbolc. And I'm also going to show you at the end how you can tweak them for Lughnasadh. You can either do these simple rituals, put them together and have one big ritual to celebrate the Sabbath, or you can just choose one of these and have this as your connection to this time of the year. My name is Sandra. I've been on the witchcraft path now for over 35 years. I help magical people like you awaken your inner witch so that you can practice your craft with clarity and with confidence. I'm also the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, which you can get via Amazon through the link in the description field below this video. I started witchcraft. I also thought I needed all these amazing things on my altar. I did have fun gathering them. I used to make altar cloths. I would draw pictures on them, I would embroider them, and I enjoyed a lot of that crafty thing. And I know a lot of witches out there are incredibly crafty and you love making things, and that is great. And if you love doing that and you can do that, go for it, because it can really help you connect to the Sabbath and connect to your spirituality by creating things for it and creating things for your practice. Totally go for that. But sometimes life gets busy. Sometimes you might have families. You might not have the resources to be able to make things yourself or just have a lot of things on hand. And you may just need some simple practices to connect to the Sabbath, or you just want to add maybe one of these simple practices to a ritual that you already do. Now, Imbolc means use milk. It's the time of the return of the light after the darkness of winter. And some of the indications of Imbolc would be that you'd start to see little shoots growing up out of the snow. The snow is melting if you live in a country where there's snow. Where I live in the Southern Hemisphere, Imbolc is really just seeing the light change slightly. The sun is a little brighter at Imbolc. I start to hear the birds chirping more and singing more. It's a very subtle shift where I am because I'm in a subtropical environment. So you may notice that too if you live in the tropics or subtropics, that Imbolc's really just a really subtle thing. It's not a big deal like it might be if you live in a colder climate. But traditionally, it was the celebration of the return of the light. It was associated with the Goddess Brigid. In the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, when we're celebrating Imbolc, it is with Brigid as the main deity and also with Lu as the god. Now at Lughnasadh, it's the time of the first harvest. So this is where you're starting to reap what you've sowed. So it has kind of the opposite meaning. You're reaping rather than looking at what's just starting to come up. And so it often is a bigger celebration. It is more communal because you're celebrating harvest. But that doesn't mean you can't celebrate it by yourself. Lughnasadh is associated with the god Lu, but I also work with Brigid at Lughnasadh as well. Now, any of these rituals you can use for either Lughnasadh or Imbolc. You just have to change them and tweak them slightly. So the first ritual I wanted to share with you today was the simple traditional candle lighting ritual for Imbolc. It's traditional to light a candle, a white candle, and keep it on your windowsill to burn on Imbolc Eve. So that's the night before Imbolc Day. So for this first ritual, just grab yourself a plain white candle. You can inscribe words onto the candle like inspiration, light. What new beginnings do you want? What light do you want to come into your life right now? Where do you want to take things as the year starts to wax again? As the sun starts to return again? as the energy starts to come back again. What does that mean for you? Do you want to be more inspired to take action? Do you want more light in your life? Do you want to become more enlightened or illuminated in things? Write one word on your candle that this Imbolc is representing to you, and then light your candle. And gaze at the flame and imagine this beautiful light of Imbolc surrounding you, surrounding your life and enlightening your life, bringing in more light, more love, more financial prosperity, more health. And just think of the things you'd like to bring into your life right now, what you'd like to lighten up in your life right now. And do that for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can take as long as you like to do this part of the exercise. And if you've got a lot to think about or a lot that you're wanting to bring into your life right now, just allow yourself to take as long as it takes for you to imagine yourself experiencing what it is you want to experience in this coming year, and see it surrounded by light. And then when you're ready, just say the following: the winter is passing, the light is returning. I welcome warmth into my home and my heart. And then place this candle on a windowsill if it's safe to do so. I've had experiences where I put my candle somewhere where there was a ledge over the top and I almost burnt a hole in it, even though the ledge was up here somewhere. So make sure there's nothing over the top of the candle, and if it is in a window frame, the window frame itself is like a long way away from the top of the candle, because as you'll feel with a candle, it's quite hot. Like for quite some time, I'm up here, I'm still feeling the heat of the candle. So just be careful with that. Otherwise, if you can't put it on the windowsill, just leave it here on your altar overnight if that's safe to do so, or just snuff it out if it's not safe at all, or if you can't, leave it burning. Alternatively, you can put it in a bathtub or a shower where if it did fall over, it's not going to catch light on anything. But always put safety first before you do any kind of ritual or candle spell or ceremony. So the second practice that you can do alongside of this one, or just on its own, is to celebrate with the traditional foods of Imbolc, which are lamb, milk, honey, and bread. I have here a glass of milk in my special offering glass. Traditionally, it was used milk. Used milk can be very hard to get. It can be expensive as well. So I'm just using cow milk. Feel free to use any kind of milk that you have on hand or that you use or even that you drink. It doesn't have to be used milk. It can be any kind of milk. You can use that as the offering for Imbolc. You can also get some bread and put some honey on the bread as well and leave that out as an offering as well. This offering can be to Brigid, of course, or it can be to both Brigid and Lu if you're working with those two deities, or just an offering to the spirits of the land. Now, what you can do with this offering is just say a blessing like this: I give this offering to Brigid and Lu and the land and the spirits of the land as sustenance and in gratitude. So when it comes to leaving your offerings, you can leave it on your altar, or you can just take the milk outside and pour it onto the ground as your offering. And the same with the bread and the honey. You can leave it out in nature and let the natural spirits and creatures devour the energy of the bread and honey. So the third way of celebrating Imbolc is through seeds. Now, I don't have any seeds at the moment. I thought I had some basil seeds, but I don't know where they are, so I couldn't actually have the seeds here to show you. But if you've got any kind of seeds, like it could be herbs that you have that you're wanting to grow, what the seed symbolizes is the sprouting of new life, the sprouting of new ideas. So if at Imbolc time you plant some seeds, like basil seeds, for example, in a pot, you can also put that pot on your windowsill with the candle, or just keep it on your altar for 24 hours and bless that pot. So I'll give you an example of how you can do that, even though I don't actually have the seeds with me. Grab yourself a pot, put some soil in your pot. You could even make sure that it's special seed, a sprouting soil, and then place the seeds in the pot just under the dirt, like just under the dirt. You don't want to bury them too far down. You want them just under the dirt. And then simply bless the pot with these words. With these seeds, I bring new life into my life and bring new life into the world. May all that I create in this season of Imbolc grow and prosper. So mote it be. And then water the seeds and put that pot plant somewhere where it is actually going to see the light so that it can grow. And as you see the plant grow, so should any of your wishes or intentions that you've set at Imbolc should grow along with that plant. Now, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere at the moment and you're celebrating Lughnasadh, the ways that you can tweak these rituals to suit the Lughnasadh energy is this. Instead of having a white candle, grab yourself a yellow candle and light that at Lughnasadh. Gaze into the flame and go back over all the things that you've achieved in your imagination and feel the gratitude for those things. And now think of the things that you haven't achieved yet that you want to achieve. And using your imagination, gazing into the flame and just imagining yourself having already achieved those things too. And after you've spent about 5 minutes doing this, you can then say your Lughnasadh prayer. The summer is passing. The light is dwindling. Things are cooling down, and I reap my first harvest with gratitude and love. Now, unlike Imbolc, you don't need to sit your Lughnasadh candle on a windowsill. Just let it sit there on your altar for the duration of your ritual. You can then snuff it out, or if you want to let it burn down and it's safe to do so, you can do that as well. It's not necessary to have ritual candles for Sabbats burned down like with a spell, but sometimes it's nice for them to burn down just as a symbol of the Sabbath season beginning. Or you may like to use your candle for the next 6 weeks, so light it every day for a minute or two for the rest of the period of Lughnasadh. These Sabbats go for roughly 6-week periods, so you can use the same candle every day until you come to the next Sabbath where you'll change over candles. Now, when it comes to your food offering at Lughnasadh, it's exactly the same foods, bread particularly. But you can still offer milk, you can still offer beer, and certainly offer the honey to go with your grains. So the Lughnasadh offering meal doesn't have to change, and it doesn't have to be any different to the one at Imbolc. So if you want to do the Lughnasadh offering, just go back to where I showed you how to do the Imbolc one and just change the wording to suit Lughnasadh. Now, when it comes to Lughnasadh, instead of planting seeds, what you want to do instead is think about what you have planted in the past and give thanks for how it has grown. So you're looking at the harvest. What are you harvesting? You've already done the ritual with the candle to give gratitude for what you have harvested this year. Have a think about the things that you wanted to harvest this year that haven't quite got to where you want them to be. Grab your journal and write yourself a story. And this story is you, in retrospect, writing about how it feels to have what it is that you want, as if it's already happened. If you wanted to move house, for example, and that hasn't happened yet, write a story about how you've moved into this new house, what it looks like, what you're doing there, even how much you're paying for it or paid for it, and write as if you've already experienced it and you're giving gratitude for it already happening before it's actually happened. And then read through that and feel into what it feels like to already achieve what it is you wanted to achieve. And if you're tired of trying to piece your witchcraft practice together from YouTube, from Google, or from books, I do invite you to join the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. Because let's face it, it's exhausting trying to figure out all of this stuff by yourself. I couldn't do it. I had to go find a coven to do it. And I know that a lot of you can't find covens. There's not a lot of them around. And some of them that are around may not be covens that you want to join. What the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy gives you is a complete course in your first year of Wicca or witchcraft. It is an eclectic version of Wicca. You don't have to be a Wiccan to do it. It's a really good form to work within when you are learning the craft. It gives you guided step-by-step rituals and meditations and processes that you can use to fully step into your inner witch and begin to create your life from your witch self, to give it purpose, to give it meaning, and finally bring your spiritual practice into your life on a daily basis. Change and transform your life through the practice of witchcraft. There's a link in the description field below this video for how you can join up for the Mystery Witch School 101. There's also a link on my website as well. Let me know in the comments field which one of these rituals you resonated with the most, or if you're going to use all three of them, or if you're just going to integrate one or two of them into the rituals that you're already planning for Imbolc or Lughnasadh. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.